Here we are. We're on day 24. Man, we're almost at the finish line for this round. What I want to challenge you to do is to not let it stop at 31. Let's just keep pressing in. Let's keep, go back through. Hopefully you took notes in your book as we went day by day. And you just continue to go back and meditate on these words that we've spoken. Continually, press in and always be willing to evaluate who you see in the mirror. Always be willing to say, Lord, I want more of you. And you've provided everything and anything I need to be successful in this world, carrying out my kingdom purpose. Where do I need to focus? Man, build that relationship with the Lord. So, yesterday we talked about one of my favorite things is realizing that the most important sermon or message that you hear each week isn't the one you hear on Sunday morning, but the one that you preach to yourself on Monday morning. It is so important that you continually speak the word of God and build yourself up. You don't allow the enemy and the circumstance to determine your outcome. And we're going to just step right into a parallel thought process of that is, and I want you to focus on today, is answer your circumstances with joy. No matter what, with joy. And here's the thing is you say, well, I don't feel like being joyful. I don't feel like being happy. Well, don't build your house on the sand, because that's what's happening when you allow your feelings and your emotions to direct the outcome of your life and your circumstance. It is so simple to make a choice, but is it always simple? No, it's not. I was just telling my daughter a few minutes ago, I said, the right thing is not always the easy thing, but the right thing is usually as hard as you make it. You have to decide, no matter what, I'm pushing in and I am going to, not walk in strife. I'm going to walk the love walk, and I'm going to walk in joy. And you preach to yourself like we were talking about yesterday, and you preach yourself happy. You hear and you see the attacks and the circumstances all right, because I'm just being real. You all know that. I'm being real that there's days that we just don't feel good. There's days that we feel battered and bruised. There's days that we feel like the whole world is crushing in and there's nothing we can do. But I'll tell you what you can do. You open your mouth and you speak the word of God. And when you speak the word of God, there's several things that's occurring. Number one, you are planting the seeds in the unseen in the atmosphere around you that when they go out, they have to produce what you sent them to produce, because words are power and you are a child of God and you hold the creative nature of God in your DNA because you're a new creation. Number two, you are putting the devil on notice that you are defeated because he cannot stand against the word of God. The word of God flattens him every time, because the word of God, it is God. In the beginning was the word was with God, the word was God. Colossians 2:15 said that Jesus openly made a show of the enemy. He defeated them. He whipped the devil so bad that the devil could not resist him. So we know that that the word of God says that when we submit unto God, then we resist the devil and he must flee. So first, submitting unto God, we have to acknowledge that his word is supreme, that his word is power, his word is truth, and his word lives inside of us and it flows from our lips like a living, powerful river. Okay? Now, back to the effects of speaking the word. Number one, you're sowing seed into the atmosphere around you to where you expect a harvest of your seed of victory. Number two, you've put the devil on notice that he is powerless and he is already defeated. Not going to be defeated, already defeated. I want to point this out. I want you to pay attention to the tenses in which you speak. Don't speak future tense. Speak now. Call things out there now, even though they may not be as though they are, as Abraham did. And number three, the third effect of speaking out this word and speaking joy into yourself is just that. You build up joy because faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So you continue to speak that word and speak that word and speak that word and speak that word. And don't be moved by your emotions. That's hard. Let's be real. That's hard because the Lord made us with emotions. That's part of our human makeup. But our emotions can't be the driving force and the driving factor. Smith Wigglesworth said, I'm not moved by what I see. Okay, it's a feeling and an emotion. I'm not moved by what I hear. Same. I'm not moved by what I feel. He said, the only thing that moves me is what the Word of God says about me. Now, I'm going to leave you here today like this. First, I love you. And number two, you are who God says you are. You can do whatever God says you can do, and you can have whatever God says you can have. So, preach yourself happy and don't let the circumstance weigh you down like an anchor. You allow the joy of the Lord to be your strength. I love you.